Okay.
Missy.
Missy? Okay, Mary Ellen, Missy.
Yep.
And how was Glenn there?
Tim.
Tim? Mary, Missy. Okay, how about Tim? How about Glenn? No? Glenn's not there. Okay, and Brendan cannot make it, but we do have a quorum with Mary, Missy, Tim, myself, and John Flower here. So we will begin the meeting. First thing on the agenda is to read and approve the minutes of September, what was the date of that? September 3rd. Thursday, September 3rd. I read the minutes and they were fine for me. Does anybody have any corrections or additions? Any commissioner?
Nope.
No? Okay, would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes of our previous meeting on September 3rd?
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the September 3rd minutes.
Okay, would somebody like to second, please?
Tim will second it.
Okay, Tim, thank you. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, Tim's and I, John's and I. Missy?
Mary Ellen's on.
Mary Ellen's and I? Okay, Missy's and I, and so, and I am too, so that's everyone that's in attendance. No one's going to not approve the minutes. 0. And all those in favor of abstaining is no one. I think we've got every commissioner to approve in the affirmative. Okay. Next thing on the agenda is Don's director's report.
All right, quickly here, program updates. Obviously, we're not currently running any Parks and Rec programs, which would include fall soccer, yoga, or adult basketball because of the COVID situation. Thinking ahead, our basketball season, we normally start signing up pretty soon. That's all to be determined. The problem with that is the schools are closed every day at 4 p.m. for cleaning for the next day, and they're closed on weekends. So unless something changes, I doubt if we'll be having that as well. But I have been in contact with the District 18 administration, and we'll make decisions as we go farther. As far as camps go in general, I think the time has come to, and I need the Commission's help on this if possible, not tonight, but going forward. I think we need to rethink all the camps going forward, in particular the day camp. If this virus thing doesn't change drastically, I think the day camp could be a thing of the past. But what I was thinking about for the summertime mostly is to possibly have more week-long camps throughout the entire summer. We could do our regular ones like soccer, basketball, tennis, maybe softball, baseball, lacrosse, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboard. Even fishing, and the last 3, the Blackhall Marina has asked me a couple times now to get somebody down there through Parks and Rec, so maybe we could combine with them to get a program going for a week. But if I could have the commission at your convenience get back to me on what you might think we should do something better, or something at all actually if we can't have things like the day camp. The day camp, I think, unless things change drastically, it's not going to work. We can't have a couple hundred kids over there. The cleaning alone would be astronomical in cost, and all the restrictions would just be too difficult to manage, I think. So if you can get back to me at your convenience about all that stuff, please.
So maybe at the next meeting, or regular meeting, we could discuss that a little bit more. But the thinking is to have these groups, but small groups.
Small groups, week-long camps throughout
depending
the whole
on what's considered acceptable at that time.
Yes.
Well, it sounds promising.
Okay, moving on to facilities. Currently, Townwoods Park, Cross Lane Park, and White Sand Beach are still all open. The Townwoods Park irrigation has been turned off, and the water to all the buildings will be turned off by November 1st, and the bathrooms will be closed. Everything is opened up on a daily basis at this point. All the swim lines at the Soundview area and White Sand Beach area have been removed for the season. The tennis and basketball courts at Cross Lane are still scheduled for the crack repair sealing that I talked about at the last meeting. And I have not yet gotten estimates for court repairs. I'll be doing those soon for the next budget year. The repairs will be done after July 1, probably. At Townwoods Park, we have some field situations going on. We got a grub problem in 2 areas of fields 2 and 3. Working with the contractor to see what can be done about that. We might have to shut it down for a day or two to put a little stronger product on there to get rid of the grubs. But the grubs are there, and the skunks or whatever are digging up the turf pretty badly.
Did we have grub control done about 2 or 3 years ago?
Yes. Yeah, we did. So we did it. We closed the park down for I think 2 days, whatever it was, and we got rid of it. So that's probably what we're going to have to do again. I'll be talking with Tim about that as soon as I can get with him.
Okay, sounds good.
One more item that's come up recently. I got a phone call from the person at 178-5 Boston Post Road. Their property abuts Haynes Park, and that's the property that the town of Old Lyme gave them an easement to put their well on town property. And what she wanted to know was there's a fence there. It's like a 3.5, 4 foot high fence. Looks like a wooden fence that runs along their property line, and they want to replace that fence with a new one. And her question was, could it be expanded to include where the well area is? And apparently the land use coordinator was down there talking to her about it, and he deferred it to Parks and Rec because of the property abutting. I met with him, and I thought it was more of a zoning issue, but I told him I'd bring it up with the commission. In my opinion, I didn't think that it would be a good idea to include that property that they have an easement for.
Correct.
Right.
So what I need tonight is a consensus, if possible, or whatever you decide from the commission about what should we do about that fence area. Should it just be replaced where it is, or should it be expanded to include the well area?
Go ahead, John.
John Flower, I don't think it should be expanded to include the well. They don't own that land. That is just easement for their well. So I'd say no.
Yeah, because I was going to say, what the current fence that's there is the fence that where Haynes Park goes to versus their property?
Yes.
Yeah, well, then that's the fence that's got to stay. Right? I agree with John. I mean, because, we do have over half of the park fenced in, but that's the fencing in to Haynes Park property. And so I guess that was, whatever this old fence was, that was
that's the property line. That's where the fence
yeah, that's where any fence for Haynes Park has to go on the Haynes Park property line between.
And if the fence is on their property, I mean, I don't know who put the fence in, whether it's that house put it in or probably the house put it in, so it should theoretically be on their side of the property line.
And Don, is that your feeling too?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they should be expanded over to town property.
Well, then how do you figure it out? How wide do they get the strip to the well? You know, how big does the fenced area go in? I mean, it's not their land.
Right.
They're lucky enough to have the well installed on our property.
Yeah.
So I guess my next question is, should it be a motion and voted on, or should it just a consensus?
I would say probably we need a motion on that.
Okay, I'll make a motion, John Flower, that we don't allow them to change the fence line and enclose the well into a fence that is on their property. the fence should remain as the property boundary.
The property boundary for Haynes Park.
Correct.
Right. Anyone want to second that or add to that motion, or would somebody else like to second it? And then we'll discuss that a little bit more. Hello?
I'll second it, Tim.
Oh, okay. I don't know who got in there first, Mary Ellen or Missy or Tim. Tim did. Okay, so Tim said that's one of the problems with this type of meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim seconded it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a discussion, and you've heard what Don, John, and I've had to say. So would the other commissioners like to chime in on this? Any commissioner has an opinion on this, other than what you've heard already? Yes? No?
No, I agree with you guys. No, I agree with you guys.
Okay, that was Missy, right? Okay.
Yep, and Mary.
Okay. Anybody else that's out there in telephone land that's a commissioner want to comment? No? Okay, hearing no further comments for the discussion, we have the motion. Mary Ellen, would you like to read the motion back for us? Do you have it at your end? Huh?
I was going to ask John to repeat it because he just said don't allow them to change the fence, but I think we should say who they
The
are.
location of the fence.
The location of the fence apparently is the property line between Haynes Park and their property, and that's where I believe it should remain.
And that property, what is the official address of that property, Don?
178-5 is what she told me.
Okay. So Mary Ellen, is that good? Can you read it back now?
Okay, let's see. John Flower moved to not allow the fence to be changed between Haynes Park and 170-5 Boston Post Road.
178.
178-5.
178-5, okay.
And to not be extended, therefore to not to be extended to the well area?
To include the well area. It shouldn't be allowed to be extended to include the well area.
So
Okay.
hard for me to hear you.
Okay? Hello?
And, can you hear me?
Yeah? You want
So
to?
John Flower
Yes, go ahead.
not allow the fence. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello?
Yeah, Mary Ellen, go ahead and reread it, please.
John Flower moved to not allow the fence to change between Haynes Park and 178-5.
Are you still there, Mary Ellen?
Yeah, but that's all I've got. I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh,
The
You
fence
just-
shouldn't change location, I think is important.
Right, yeah, that's what we said before.
Location? Okay.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you fade out too, Mary Ellen. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, can you maybe try and read that motion one more time?
John Flower moved to not allow the fence to change location between Haynes Park and 178-5 Boston Post Road. That's all I've got.
That's fine.
I don't know if we should
Is
add.
that it?
Should we add something about to
I mean, their request was to
include the well
include
area?
the well, and in my motion, we should say that we don't want the fence extended to include.
Yeah, therefore, it'd be the next part, therefore, the fence should not be moved to include the
Well location.
well location. Does that sound good, Mary Ellen?
So therefore, the fence should not include the well location.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
I think we got that motion.
Yeah, got the point.
Okay, so John moved for that motion. Would someone like to second it, please?
Tim did.
Tim did.
Oh, Tim did already. Oh, Tim did, right. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, so I heard from John, Tim, Mary Ellen, and Missy, are you
Yes.
in favor of that motion?
Yep.
Okay. And Tim, of course, you are too? Okay, so that motion passed unanimously. There is no dissenting vote for that, all not in favor. There's no one left to say they're not in favor. How about abstain? There's no one left to abstain from that. So that motion passes, and we'll include that in a record of vote.
And just as a note to that, I will contact her tomorrow and relay that information.
Okay. All right. So that was that. Anything else on your director's report?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anybody have anything to say or questions for Don, commission members? Anyone?
Nope. I do not.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. The next one is the Haynes Park bathroom project update.
All right, this is where we are to date. Obviously, the building was demolished and carted away, the old building. The excavation has taken place on the site. The footings have been poured and the foundation has been poured. Those are all stripped. In the next 2 weeks, the foundation will be coated and insulated, and the floor slab will be installed. The foundation will be backfilled, the rough grading, and the framing will begin. So we're scheduled to meet with the contractors next week, and we will be meeting with them, roughly on a weekly basis, and that's where we're at.
I have a question. Is Phil Porchek kind of like overseeing this?
Yes.
The work being done, kind of like the clerk in the works?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's very good. So, yeah.
I do have an email that Phil sent me this morning. I will forward that to the Parks and Rec Commission tomorrow morning, but it basically says what I just informed you of and a little bit more, but that's it. And it's got some pictures in there too.
Okay. Anybody, John, you have anything to say? No, I'm okay. Any other commission member would like to say something about that? No?
Crickets.
Okay, not hearing anyone else wanting to comment on it. Very good. I'm glad to see the project's moving along. I have to just personally add that I think it looks better not having that old building there at Haynes Park. Yeah, I think this is going to work out much nicer for the park. Okay, the next item is the status of the agreement path from 176 Boston Post Road to the town docks in Haynes Park. Okay, I'm just going to provide a summarized quick update on this proposed agreement between the town of Old Lyme and the Blood Street Partners LLC for the limited use of Haynes Park. Okay, at the September 1st, the draft agreement was emailed to Greg Hack to forward to all LLC members. The agreement incorporated concepts agreed at the June 2020 PRC meeting, as well as input from the town attorney, first selectman, town's insurance consultant, park and rec director, and the park and rec commission. September 3rd, PRC meeting, the need for an agreement and proof of insurance was reiterated. Greg Hack said he would follow up with LLC members and get back to the first selectman and the PRC with specific comments and concerns. After the meeting, I sent copies of the two other agreements provided for the limited use of Haynes Park by Region 18 schools and the Old Lyme Rowing Association for rowing activities was forwarded to Greg Hack to, I assume, passed it on to the other LLC members for comparison. And I may just add that a lot of the language that was in the original two agreements with the schools and the rowing association, that same verbiage was used in the LLC agreement to have limited use of Haynes Park. So on September 28th, I emailed Greg Hack again, as at that time no LLC feedback had been received. Okay, on October 13th, Greg emailed an apology for the delay in responding. He noted the LLC members were planning to meet next week, sometime between, I guess, October 19th and 23rd. Hopefully, we will get LLC feedback to the First Selectman and the PRC before the end of October, and then can decide at that time whether to engage the town attorney to modify the agreement or not, based on the feedback that we receive. Okay, and this is the important one. In the meantime, LLC members will be reminded that they do not have permission to portage the rowing boats through that portion of Haynes Park. They will need to access the town docks via the driveways like everyone else, until a final agreement is signed and written proof of insurance is provided. And Don, you never got any type of proof of insurance at this point. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we get some feedback from Greg and his LLC members, but we really, I know Mr. Griswold is very concerned about why isn't this agreement moving on, and why aren't we getting it signed? And but like I said, I guess the best thing to do is to find out what type of feedback we get before we then move on with what we're going to do. But at this time, without any feedback, it's hard for this agreement to proceed. So, anybody else would like to comment on that? John?
No, I just don't understand why we haven't had the agreement. It's been quite a while.
Yeah. Well, it took a while before the town attorney got it, but we did send it out on September 1st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we've been discussing this ever since the June meeting.
Right.
And had a kind of a verbal understanding that this was going to proceed to an agreement. But anyway, that's the status of it. Any other commissioner like to add anything? No?
It's Tim. Since our lawyer, the town lawyers, has drafted up and has kind of taken care of it, it seems we should not be overstepping those bounds, as here's his profession.
Right.
So I don't know why it keeps coming. Up.
I'm not quite sure either, especially since we basically have already made agreements with the same law firm for the District 18 and the Old Line Rowing Association. So it's kind of, we've done this a few times, or they've done this a few times. So unless there's a really good, concern that we hear, I agree with you, Tim. I don't understand, let's get moving on this. And anybody else? No, not hearing anyone else to comment from the commissioners. We'll go to the next point, the public comment. If anyone in the public is out there that would like to comment. I don't hear anybody making a public comment. So then I think what we'll do is have a motion to adjourn. John, would you like to make
Yes, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, someone like to second that, please?
Mary Ellen will second it.
Okay, Mary Ellen, fine. Okay, all those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Mary Ellen, aye.
Okay, I heard Mary Ellen and Tim. Missy, what?
Yep, aye.
Okay, so no, anyone opposed? No. Anybody abstain? No. correct? So, at this time, we are adjourning the meeting at what time, Don?
6:32?
6:32. Okay, I would like to thank everybody, for attending this special meeting, and we'll get ready to have another meeting at our regular meeting in, November, which I believe is going to be November 5th. Okay, November 5th, I think is Thursday, November 5th. Okay, all right, thank you all for attending, and everyone have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.